Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with the Eminence in Shadow episode number 8 reaction. Okay, the previous episode we got to see Sherry, yeah, I think that was her name. Her constantly thinking about Sid and like her actually trying to interact with him while obviously Sid has forgotten about her. So that was like a little like like an awkward interaction they had, like like her dad was waiting behind the whole thing, and like we kind of get to see stuff like that. Now we also got a little bit of a fencing competition, like between President Rose, the blonde haired girl, the Josama kind of looking girl, she and Sid. And obviously Sid wants to be the ultimate mob character, so he does just like how a mob character would do, get defeated by her, and doesn't give up, stand up, and she's like, yeah, I'm I'm not giving up. And President Rose was like, wow, he has a fire in his eyes. Usual stuff, just just everyday stuff for Sid. And yeah, so that happened. In the end, there was like that section where we get to see the fake organization, Shadow Garden. They start to take their like like their what's it called, their steps, yeah. And a barrier forms in the school where no one can use their magic, and some people attack the school. Like some people start like taking, I'm guessing they're, I'm not sure what they're trying to do, but they come in and they're like pointing guns and all. Now here, President Rose, obviously she is the best, so she tries to stop them, sees that her magic is not like invoking. And Sid, like an ultimate mob character again, actually sacrifices himself to save the president. Now I'm sure he's fine. So yeah, let's see the tomfoolery in this episode. Let us begin. This is episode number 8. So yeah, I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. And here we begin. It's like, yes, my time has come. Oh wow. Oh no. Look at him, he's infinite possibilities. And he's going to grasp the first one that comes. Here we go. Well, obviously. He's like, yes, this is my chance. My chance. Ah! Wow. All right. Oh boy. Ah, this guy. All right. Okay. Wow. Lord. What? Okay, now what's going to happen? Oh my. Come on. Your last words. That's definitely needed for a mock character. They definitely say something. Oh, he didn't say anything. All right. Oh boy. Wait, what? Um. Okay. I'm. All right. What? Hmm. Oh God. I don't understand. What? He apparently died in front of everyone. So what's he going to do now? Like, let's get up. Perfect. Oh wait, what? Wait, did he just? Oh my God. Is he like beating his heart into? Oh my God. That's what he's doing. What? What is this guy? What? Ha! No, no bomb character has that. Oh. Oh wow. I risk move. But for my goal, yeah. Oh great. Let's change into your uniform, the one that Shadow wears. I'm guessing he's going to come here as Shadow because that's needed. Like they're posing as Shadow Garden, so the original Shadow needs to come. What was that? Oh my God! Is she that concentrate? What the hell, man? Who the hell are you? And I know you're not. Wait, is this Bakugo's voice actor? Oh, this is Rex. Oh, all right. He's a named character. Oh God. Yes. Oh wait, who's? Oh yeah, she has bodyguards assigned to her. I forgot about that. Um. Oh wow, Glenn. Okay, but oh my God. Wait, did he just kill him? Oh Lord. Just standing here. Yeah. Okay. Alexia's there. Then that's me. Oh God. Okay. They did not, yeah. That's why. Alright, no. Oh my God. Big scary idiot. Okay, thank God you remembered her name this time. I guess he technically made her dad, so. He's gone. He's taking a nap. Wow. All right. Yes, another one. Wait, I remember you already did that in episode 1. Didn't he do that? Or maybe not. Oh, she is so like such like what's that word? Ditzy, yeah. Like she's what the hell? Yes. Oh my God. No, it's not. Oh my God. Hello there. It's my imagination. Yeah. Yeah, definitely imagination. Wow, she's talented. She's not really a. She's so talented that she's not even realizing the danger she is in. What is this? Oh wow. Wow. The mock cactus is here. Hey, you have blood on your. What the hell, Sid? You're supposed to be dead. Why are you here? Oh yeah, as a specter of a mock character. She wasn't even walking, she was crawling and she still tripped. Wow. Hmm. Five more guys? Yeah, at this arc at least. Alright. Eye of Avarice. Okay, so. Oh, it stores it. Oh. Yeah, maybe they have some kind of a countermeasure. Oh, alright. Hmm. Is he going to make it overloaded or something? There you go. Well, about that, I'm not so sure. Oh, it's like a bomb. Oh god. So it must be there. The Eye of Avarice? Yeah, it must be there. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, this is the one. Hmm. Ah. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Well, probably attached it to that one. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, it's up just up his alley. Oh no. So an escort mission. Oh, or that. Okay. Delivery mission. What? You okay? In the middle of he's like I'm going to go to the toilet. This is the big boss. Oh boy, he's pissed. Oh wow. Okay. Oh wait, who's that? Who's that? Standing there? Yeah. Oh boy. Well, you're going to eat those words. Reinstate. Oh. Wow. All right. Well, this is like a horror movie. What's this music that plays whenever he comes? Yeah, you think there's an artifact? We don't need your explanation. You're gonna be falling on the ground in a few seconds after this. So, hello there. Oh, well. Oh yeah. What? Oh wow, this means there's a lot of bodies falling down. Wait, Oh my god. Well, wait. Oh, this is new, isn't it? Yeah. I was like, who is this girl? Wait, she knows him. What was that? Why was she? Oh, wait, he's alive. Wait, she was gonna kill him? What? Alright. Whoa, what's going on there? What's going. What? Oh, because of magic. Oh my. What is he doing? What is he? Wait a minute, what is Shadow doing? Probably Iris, yeah. Maybe Alexia. Oh, maybe Alexia's hurt. What's he doing? Mitchell tweezers. What? Oh, okay, okay. Well, not him, but. Oh my god, Nu will be like as expected of Shadow Sama. What? Oh god. I don't understand. Why was she going to kill him? Why is he? What? Like, is he like? I don't know. Nice. Hmm. Like, this is the thing. Like, I feel like the dad is the main boss here. Like, I had this weird feeling from the beginning. Let's see. The one underneath the armor. I feel like that's her dad. Because that's usually what happens. In these type of scenarios. It turns out the person who you're the most close to is the villain or whatever. Okay, one thing I don't understand. Why was she trying to kill her fiance? Like, maybe something related to her past. And it must be. Like, because all of these girls have some kind of a past where it needed, like, where they needed to be rescued from. So it must be something like that. Or, I don't know. All right, that is it, I think. Yep. So, uh, all right. Okay, we begin this episode with obviously Sid sacrificing himself, and we were seeing at that moment when that happened, we were seeing what he was thinking. Like, as always, he's just like, wow, this is such an amazing opportunity. It's all like, like all everyone's like, all the mob characters' dream come true. It is attacked, like, our school has been attacked by terrorists. Oh god, and he's like, there's so many possibilities, like, a lot of things can happen. What should I do? And then he realizes like an opportunity is just in front of him, which is Rose is almost going to get attacked. Rose tries to attack, fails because of the lack of magic usage, like she cannot use her magic. So that is why Shadow is like, yes, this is my time. This is the perfect time for a mob character to come in, sacrifice himself to save one of the most important person in this story. So he jumps in and lets himself get killed. Literally, he actually dies, for a moment. Because the thing that he did with the whole magic thing to keep the blood circulation going on, he was able to survive. So he actually dies, like jumps in front of the sword. And yeah, so it was this part, I don't know what happened. Rose was like, oh my god, like, I understand now, like, you must have liked me that much that you, okay, where's that part, why did you get in the way? And then Sid like, dies, and she's like, oh, of course I understand now. My sweet Sid, you cared for me. Okay, you love me enough to give your life for me. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I guess she is not the crazy one here. I was, as from when I was reacting to it, I was like, why has she suddenly jumped to this conclusion? But now that I'm actually thinking about it properly, yeah, I guess, you know what? I guess she is kind of like, who else would give their life for you? Obviously, if someone actually cares about you that much. But at that moment when I was reacting, I knew what the hell Sid was doing. I knew the actual motivations behind it. That's why, like, like suddenly Rose saying something like that, I was like, why, what, how does she jump to that conclusion? But yeah, if you think about all of the, like, all of the craziness aside, if you think about it normally, I guess this is a conclusion she would have come to, like, and any normal person would have come to. Because yeah, it is true, like, why else would someone give their life to protect you? So I'm realizing that yeah, the conclusion she came to was actually a viable conclusion. Is actually Sid the one who kind of made me think that, oh, why is he jumping to the conclusion? Because I knew that he's not dead. I knew his actual motivations. So that's why I was like, what is she talking about? But nah, like, thinking about it in a normal manner, like setting aside Sid's, motivations, she was correct to come to that conclusion. It's a probable conclusion that someone would jump into if they see something like that happen. So there you go. Because everyone loves their own life. The only, like, situations when someone would actually sacrifice their life for someone or something is when that person or that things, like, the amount of love they have for it exceeds the love for your own life. Makes sense. So there you go. Like this guy, like Sid made me completely. What can I say? Like, seeing that happen, I was like, oh boy, like, now she's getting into a misunderstanding. But it's this misunderstanding it's an understandable misunderstanding. Like, unlike all the other misunderstandings that we've had in this anime, where like they come, like, jump to crazy conclusions. This is like a understandable misunderstanding. I could see where he's what why she suddenly thought of that. So there you go. My God. Like I said, this anime, it actually, like, messes with your sense of actually, what can I say, like, perceiving things, and like, because everything is crazy here. Everything that's happening is crazy in this show, that your way of looking at this show actually gets a little bit differs a lot from the all the other shows that you see. Oh God. Anyways, so yeah, so she's like, thank you for, like, saving me and all that. She then goes with the terrorists to the auditorium or whatever that was. Okay, so next we get to see that all the hostages are taken in that huge place. That's the auditorium, I think. And Sid, after realizing that, oh, no one's here, he gets up. Oh no, he doesn't normally get up. I thought he was just going to jump up, like, oh, there you go, or something like that. But he actually died. It's crazy to think that he actually died here. Like, didn't die, but technically his heart stopped. So what he does is he uses, I'm guessing he pre-programmed his magic to do that, I'm guessing, because his hand comes up and starts, beating his heart, obviously kind of making it so that his heart starts beating again, and that's how he comes back to life. So the explanation, okay, I'll read this explanation here. Okay, here we go. I use magic to control the flow of my blood so I can maintain regular blood flow to my brain even when my heartbeat stopped. One wrong step and it's hello afterlife. It's a high risk move, but yeah, as a background character, there are times when I've got to do what I've got to do, even if it would kill me. Okay, so there you go. So that was the whole thing. So basically, he made like a the heart's job. What is the heart's job? To pump the blood to different parts of your body. Obviously, it goes to the lungs, not lungs, but the oxygen from the heart goes to the lungs. It goes to different parts of your body. It goes to your brain. Kind of makes them work properly. So that's why if your heart stops, everything was going to stop. So what he did is basically make it so that the amount of time that the heart will stop is not going to work. Something else is going to do the work that his heart usually does. So that's why the magic flow was there in his brain. Not magic flow, sorry, the blood flow was still going to his brain using magic, and I'm guessing that is why he had his consciousness, and that is why the first thing he did was like use that magic that's flowing to make his limb move, his hand move, and beat his heart multiple times so that it starts beating again, because it stopped temporarily because of the slash. And that's what he did. So yeah, impressive. So he wakes up and he's like, and like he said, like, it's just like one wrong move, he'll be dead. So yeah, sometimes you have to make these type of crazy decisions as a mob character, So especially a mob character who wants to be the eminence in shadow. Now he says like, okay, my magic is being obstructed, but looks like it's fine as long as I refine it into narrow threads. Interesting. So basically what he does, I'm guessing the barrier is kind of like a netted, kind of like a net type of barrier where there's like minute holes, and since everyone is not able to refine their magic into thin threads, they aren't able to make the you can use the magic. It's kind of like this, like, imagine like a very minutely knitted net and it's covering you. So obviously you won't be able to bring something out of the net, but unless and until if you're able to make the thing that you're trying to bring out of the net even more thinner and more refined than the net in itself. Like the net has minute holes, and if you're able to refine that thing that you're trying to bring out into even more minute, like, particles, you can squeeze it through the holes of the net. It's kind of like that, I'm guessing. That's how he was able to use magic. That's basically what he did. He basically made his magic so that it could come out, unlike all the other people who cannot use magic at this moment because they cannot do refine their magic and do something like that. So yeah, this kind of makes us realize as well that he probably has all the fundamentals and the basics of magic and everything in this, like, in this world on his fingertips, because like he as soon as he saw what is going on here and he cannot use his magic, he came up with a countermeasure, and he was like, oh, it's kind of like this, so if I do this, then I can easily use my magic, which kind of shows that he has like his basics in grasp as well. And if you have your basics at grasp, if you know the fundamental, each and every building block of what you're doing, you will be a master at that. And I feel like he's basically that, and that is why he's so strong. He obviously, I doubt he has a vast amount of magic pool or whatever. I'm not sure how much magic he has, but his grasp in magic in itself helps him do the magic more effectively, and that's why it makes him so much more stronger than each and every character in this show. So yeah, and that's what he was. He did the same thing in the real world. He mastered everything because he knew that human body has limits, and here he's realized that in this world we have magic. The human body, apparently it could be made into something that can even withstand a nuclear blast. So yeah, like, I can do it. So there you go. Now after that we get to see that oh boy, Sherry is in trouble. Rex comes in, that's his name, I think. Yeah. And he's like, oh, we are the Shadow Garden. Oh, are we the Shadow Guardian? I don't know, I don't remember. But yeah, he's like, I've come here for the, I think he came here for the artifact, didn't he? Yeah, he came here for the artifact, and he's like, I can do whatever the hell I want to after that, after retrieving it. So obviously he was going to attack her, but then in comes this guy, I think Marco, was that his name? Something like that. Just a sec. Wait a minute, what's his name? Glenn. Sorry, Marco was the other guy, I think. Now he's like, okay, like, yeah, tell me your name. Like, you seem strong. So yeah, now Glenn starts fighting, and the other guy, okay, I think his name was Marco. Yep, Marco, that's his name. Marco and Glenn. Okay, so start fighting. Marco is fighting over there. Using that opportunity, Sherry runs away. And yeah, now while all of that is happening, Shadow is on top, and he's just looking at everything, and he's like, oh, this is perfect, like, this is exactly how I thought something like this would be. One thing out of my bucket list, I think that's what he does. Yeah, one thing out of my bucket list. And he's just like, yeah, this is perfect. So now we can see that even Iris is hesitating to go in, because you cannot use your magic here. So everyone's like outside, and not like the fact that they're taking them hostage as well is a big trouble, some situation. So they cannot go in because of the hostage situation, and even if they can go in, they cannot use their magic. It's like double trouble basically. So it's a very tough situation. That's why like Iris is hesitating to actually do some kind of a rescue operation, because she'll literally be pushing everyone to their deaths. So that's what's going on. So now Shadow is like rating this this whole scenario. He's rating it, and he's like, it's pretty good, like they did a nice job. They also added a few real good pieces of originality to it, but they don't have any sense of aesthetics. Like, what the hell is this? Look at them. They're wearing some long dark clothes, like, and coats and everything, but it's in the middle of the day. Like, who does that? You should these type of dresses should be only worn in the night, underneath the moonlight. You'll be there with your fluttering coat, you'll be just standing there. That's good, way good of a use of your aesthetics, not like this. And he's like, yeah, you know what, I'll save my grand entrance for the dark. And I was like, wait a minute, like, what are you going to, you're just going to let them go like this up until the dark? But then he's like, but let me just play with my little like like my little sniping game that I'm playing, and he starts sniping all the different people one after the other. And I'm like, all right, he's at least doing something. I was thinking like he's just going to, like, I don't know, like sit down and start waiting up until the dark. So I was like, what the hell? But then he's like, all right, let's do some cleanup. And I'm like, all right, at least he's doing something. But then he gets to see that Sherry is in trouble. And he realizes, like, he's like, wait a minute, like this girl, the way he's moving, she's moving and everything, she seems like the main character here. And obviously, like, her being the main character, she's going to move the story in this arc. If she dies, it'll be a big mess. So that cannot, that cannot happen. And the way she's moving, the way she's completely ditzy. She has no freaking idea what the hell she's doing. So if Sid doesn't do something, she will actually get caught. So Sid is like, all right, you know what? Let me do something. And in the end, I'm going to come, like, so we see Sherry just moving, and her, oh my god, she's so unaware of her surroundings, it's laughable. She's she's walking in on the enemies, and she's like, oh my god, just running back, and then and almost going to bump into the enemies. But Shadow is there, not to worry, like he's just taking out all the different characters very quietly, not coming outside, because he wants to save his grand entrance for the end. And he's little by little he's taking out all the enemies in, like, in a stealthy way. And yeah, you know what, it's so funny, I remember some kind of like some kind of a game, I don't remember which it is. There was like a mission like this where someone was moving in a particular direction, and they were like enemies, and you were like a sniper or something. You have to take out all those other enemies without letting the person know that you're helping him or her out. Like some kind of a mission like that, I remember there was. This is just like this. Oh god. Anyways, so Sid is like, okay, Sid jumps from the building, and he's like, oh, another thing out of my bucket list, I wanted to jump like this, just straight down from a building. So yeah, now he goes and he's still helping Sherry out, and Sherry, as always, is almost going to like bump into enemies without even realizing it. So I love the fact that most of the time Sherry's kind of looking back, and she's like, wait a minute, what's that? Then she's like, oh, must be my imagination. She at least says this word like 5 to 10 times. She's like, oh, it must be my imagination. You know what, I feel like she should realize this, that when something happens 1 time, 2 times, yeah, it might be imagination, but if it happens like 10 times, that's not your imagination. Something must be wrong, Oh god. So like, okay, then finally, the most laughable out of all the things that she did is, I love the fact that she wasn't even walking or running, she was crawling on the ground. Crawling up the stairs. She actually wait, she was crawling, wasn't she? Just a minute, let me check. I think she was crawling. Oh my god, yeah, she was crawling. She was actually crawling on the ground, and she trips while crawling. Who trips while crawling? I guess it was a staircase, so yeah, I guess you can probably trip like that. Still, that's crazy. That's like some insane amount of ditziness, But either way, perfect timing for Shadow to come in, like, the perfect climax. He comes in, grabs her, and gets the artifact as well. Now I'm thinking of one thing. What is he going to say? Like, I'm pretty sure after this whole situation, he's definitely going to continue in this school. What is he going to say to Rose? Rose will be like, you're alive? How? What's he going to say then? I'm really curious as to how he's going to play this off. That, oh, I was supposed to be dead, but I'm alive now. How is he going to play that off? I'm really curious. I'm guessing we'll get to see that later. But either way, he's in front of Sherry, and Sherry's like, oh my god, you're bleeding, and he's like, I just miraculously survived a near fatal encounter. So I'm guessing he's probably going to say something like that to Rose as well. He'd be like, oh, I don't know, like I suddenly woke up and I was okay. Like, yeah, just play, like, play as if you don't know anything. I'm pretty sure he's going to do something like that. But either way, he's like, oh, not to worry about that. I'm fine. But what about you? Like, look at what you're doing. Like, you're just not listening to anything. You have no understanding of your surroundings. You walking and making so much noise. Take off those slippers. And yeah, here we go. Let's not talk out loud to yourselves. Let's stop trying to figure things out and walk at the same time. Pay attention to where you're walking. Yeah. But most of all, take off those noisy flip-flopping slippers. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Like, this is the thing. I feel like Sherry is like has been so much like, she's the type of a girl who probably focuses too much on her research. So she has no clue as to what to do in these, like, I guess no one has any clue what to do in these type of situations. But still, like at least basic sense of, like understanding of your surroundings. She doesn't have that. Oh god. Yeah. Now after that, we get to see her, she and Sid goes to this room, and here Sid is thinking that, oh, she must be the main character in this story arc. So, and he's like, oh, this is terribly flawed, we don't have any other thing to go from this point on. I was like, what are we going to do? But there, here Shay brings up the main plot of this arc or this scenario. The thing which around which everything is revolving is the Eye of Avarice. So she says that it can, the Eye of Avarice can absorb magical energy from any dark knight or magical item within its range of efficacy and store it temporarily. And as a result, it becomes difficult to shape. And okay, there you go. So basically, this is a thing which stores magical energy, and I'm pretty sure it has a lot of storage capacity because it actually is storing each and every person here in this place, everyone's magical capacity. So that's what's going on. And she also says like the guys who are using magic could use magic because they probably tuned it in that way to make them understand their magical frequency. And okay, so after that, wait a minute, here Sid asks something, just a second. So does it absorb any magic that hasn't been recorded in its memory? I don't really know. I don't think it can absorb magical traces that are too small to detect. And of course, powerful spells that exceeded the artifact's capacity will be too much. There you go. We do have like a hands-on, experience as to very small traces of magic. That's what Sid did. He refined his magic so much that it cannot be tracked at all. And just like that, it can also probably not take in that amount of magical energy that will exceed its capacity. So, but here Sherry says that but there isn't a human alive who can use that kind of magic. Well, I don't know. Let's see, because I'm not sure. I really don't know. I feel like he can probably use it, but let's wait. So after that, Sherry is like, but there's something else along with this whole thing as well. Like, once the Eye of Avarice has absorbed all the magical energy it can, apparently it releases it all at once. So yeah, it basically becomes a bomb. So you can kind of deduce where it is from that. The place where everyone is there to get a better grasp on all the magical energy, it should be there. So it must be in the hall room or the auditorium where everyone is taken as hostage. And that's how they deduced it. And obviously they're like, yeah, if it can probably, if it somehow comes in contact with a energy source or magical source way exceeding its capacity, it'll probably explode the whole building, and then it'll be a disaster. So that's the problem. Now, how do we get out of this? So she says that oh wait, before that she says that her dad, okay, because of that high risk, father chose not to publish his findings to the academia and gave the Eye of Avarice to the government for safekeeping. Hmm. Then there's either another one just like it or the first one that's been stolen. Like as I'm saying, like I don't know why, but I have this weird suspicion on her dad. But I'm thinking, like, if it's actually her dad who's doing all this, who's the main mastermind behind this, why is he doing this? Like, he, like, what's the point? Like, he could have easily done something because he had the high average to himself. But then, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's actually not the dad. But his dad is too suspicious. Like, what the hell? Like, when he was introduced, the certain scenario, like, situations where I felt extremely suspicious of him, and not only that, here as well in this episode, he has not shown his face at all. That's way too much suspicious. I'm like, yeah, something must be going on. Maybe I'm wrong, you know. Let's wait for it. I feel like there's like a 50% chance of me being proven wrong here. Maybe the dad is is nothing, like, you know, like he's not guilty. Like I'm just unnecessarily putting suspicion on him. Let's see. Okay, now, so after that, Sherry says that there's a way to fight it. Obviously, he asks, "Is there a way to fight it?" Yeah, with this, and she brings out that artifact. Um, the artifact is used to control you, is as a control unit for the Eye of Avarice. There is part of the Eye of Avarice. Like, it's like these two things, the Eye of Avarice and this saucer thing. Both of them are like the same thing. Like, not a part of the same thing. Because originally, as she says, the Eye of Avarice was going to be used for something else. Okay, she says, I've been deciphering it and I finally figured it out. Originally, the Eye of Avarice was meant to be used with this one. There you go. As an artifact for long-term magical storage. Makes sense, you know, since it can store that much amount of magical energy, it was going to be used with this one to control it and probably keep the magical energy safe, and so that nothing happens, it doesn't explode. But obviously bad, like, you know, like evil people, they'll find out ways to make a normal thing like this into something malicious. Obviously they must have realized, like, oh, what if we detach this thing from this? It won't be able to control the magic, then we can probably use this as a bomb. That's the conclusion they came to, and that's how they're using it. So that's what happened basically. Now here, okay, Sid asks, what are we supposed to do now? And she says that, I've finished decoding the artifact, I'll head to the auditorium through the basement. Okay, and she's like, yeah, this place has a lot of hidden tunnels, like, you know, like, because of emergency and stuff. And I love the fact that Sid is like, oh, that's perfect. In his head, he's like, yeah, this is perfect for a person like me. So she says, if I can activate the artifact and get it close to the Eye of Avarice, yeah, obviously it can control it. So for that, she needs some stuff. She says, I left the tools back in the study to fine tune it, and she needs that. So he needs to go back to that room where all that fighting happened. And yeah, so he's like, all right, like, you don't have to go anywhere, let me do it, you know. And Sherry's like, wait, you're hurt. And he's like, wait, what does he say? Oh, he's like, I have to go to the bathroom, it's on my way. I'm like, yeah, like, imagine, like, you know, like the terrorists have gotten to this school, and he's like, oh, need to go to the toilet, you know. Oh my god. Anyways, he is obviously he's not going to the toilet, so yeah, he goes to that room. Or maybe he actually went to the toilet. This guy, yeah, like, nothing surprises me. Maybe he actually went to the toilet. He actually needed to go. Okay, so we go to the next scene where we see this Rex. He's like over there, and the main guy under the armor, he's like, where's the artifact? And he gets pissed off. He's like, what the hell, Rex? Like, you know, you're supposed to bring the artifact. If you mess around anymore, I'm going to kill you. And you know, and he's like, oh, like, a few of our people are down, and there's a real master fighter in this school, so be careful. And this guy, he's like, you would tell me to watch my step. Finally, all my ambitions will be realized. Now, this part. I will be reinstated in the night of rounds. Okay. Is it her dad? I don't know. I'm still suspicious of his dad, her dad. But was that his goal? I don't remember. Maybe it's not her dad. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, I'm being suspicious of that guy too much. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. Anyways, let's wait. Now Rex goes on his way to try to find the artifact, and yeah, one after the other, all the all his people who's beside him gets like just vanishes, and he's like, what the hell is going on? And I love the fact that Sid comes and just pushes him like this, and he's like, what artifact are you using? Like, there must be some artifact. It's so funny that this guy, whenever he sees, I guess it's too fast, that's why he thought he's using an artifact. But what I was going to say is like he himself is using the power of the artifact to negate all the all the magical usage here. So like, and he thinks he's the tough guy here. It's so funny. Like, these are the type of characters that I hate the most in anime. Like, they have like this weird and unfair advantage, and they act as if they're like the hotshot, even though they're just taking advantage of that unfair scenario, and they act as if they're basically that. He acts so much like a tough guy, and he kills Glenn and all. But the funny thing is that he could use magic while they could not. Like, it's so laughably comical. Like, these type of characters think that they actually are, like they actually are some kind of a big shot or something, even though they're using these type of unfair means. Like that delusional they are. Anyways, so yeah, he's like, oh, what artifact you're using? And he uses the net, and he's just like, haha, like, you cannot get in however fast you are. I don't care. And he gives, just like all anime villains do, starts giving the explanation of the technique or whatever. But you know what? Sid is the ultimate mob character, so yeah, that wouldn't work on him. So he's already inside the net, and he's like, hello there, and just again pushes him. He he flies off, falls into the ground, and then he goes like inside like a room again, gets like kicked by Sid, gets into inside a room, and here he sees all the wait, did he just, oh my god, I realize it now. He defeated all those guys that were with him and put them in the seats, like put them on there one after the other, just arranged them over there. Oh my god. Oh. Now he comes down upside down and it's like, oh, you're amazing, and that was it. I'm pretty sure he said. So there you go. Okay, after that we see New is inside that place. What's the name, that study of Sherry's study, and she's like, she talks about Glenn, that she is a prestigious knight, there's no match. He's there, and now after that, yeah, this part kind of confused me for a moment. Obviously we get to know what is actually going on, why she was acting like that. And she says, Marco Granger, so you're in the Crimson Order now. Okay, let me see this part properly, because she looks at him and gets the knife thing, the kunai thing from you. Okay, and Shadow comes in and she's like, oh, you're here. Okay, I don't understand the fact that why was she trying to kill him. It must be that there was some kind of a situation in her past that probably, yeah, that it must be. Because why else? Like, he's alive. She could have just let him, stay like that. Why would she try to kill him? Okay, now after that, she's like, this man was my betrothed. And Shadow's like, what are you going to do to him? I personally have no reason. You were just going to kill him. What? She says, I personally have no reason to do anything to him. Then I think it's okay to do nothing. Oh, I guess she changed her mind. At first she was going to kill him, then she was like, oh, like I have nothing else. That's why she probably said that I don't have anything I want to do to him. Because she changed her mind after Sid came in. Later on she's like, oh, I'm leaving you, or something like, like I'm sparing you. Yeah, that's the word she used. Okay. So she talks about how like all the Shadow Garden members are here and they're ready. They could do anything they'll start as soon as he gives the order. And she says like it's still a problem that because of the restriction there's a lot of risks to use magic. And oh, wait a minute, who is this girl? She has ears. Is that Delta or is it someone else? Wait a minute, the color of her hair is not, it is Delta, isn't it? Or I don't know. Like what the hell happens here? Her dress starts to just delete itself. And so is it because of the magic thing, like the magic interference? Is that why, like, and are their dresses made of magic or something? Is that why it was like deleting itself? I don't know. Anyway, it must be something like that. And they talk about, like, she talks about Gamma as well, but it's not her fort. So and as soon as she says that, she just falls down. We see her falling down on her face. Okay, so that's the situation. And she says that currently Lady Gamma has taken general command. She predicts that the restrictions on magical powers will be lifted not before too long. There have been no movements from the cult. Now that they've sealed their opponent's magic, they're making the most of the advantage to build their defenses. Okay. And the knights, okay, all that stuff. She explains. So she's like, what are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to just sit down up until they move? But then Sid is like, all right, wait a minute, can you help me out to, like, find some stuff here, like some tweezers and all that? And she's like, okay, and she gives him that. And then she's like, okay, so what are you going to do with this? Chad is like, I love the fact, I realized where this is going. As soon as he was going to say that, oh, we're making an artifact that's going to control this, I was like, oh boy, here we go, here comes another misunderstanding. She was going to think like, oh my god, like, as a specter of Shadow-sama, he knows what to do in this situation, and he can probably make this, like, crazy of a situation, everything, like, will be fine since he'll move. And she's like, an artifact? How do you know that? Yeah, our magic is being blocked by an artifact called the Eye of Avarice, and we're in the final stages of fine-tuning it, the artifact that can neutralize it. And she's like, a difficult task requiring the greatest level of knowledge in the kingdom. And you make it sound so easy. She's like, yeah, I think we'll have it finished by the time the sun goes down. And in her head, she must be like, yeah, as expected of him. Okay, now the next part. Here, she looks at Marco and she says that she says, you've been spared another day. Okay, so it must be something. I think there must be some kind of a situation, like maybe something in her past that's going on. And that is why, like, she must have some kind of a, what do you call it? Some kind of a, what's that word? Some kind of a grudge, yeah, against him or something like that. But the fact is, like, this guy seemed so, I don't know, like, so, what's that word? So innocent. Like, I never thought that there would be something going on, like, but there was one thing, I thought there was one thing that I found a little odd, is that we saw him multiple times, kind of like, just like he was eating, like he was like going to like, remember that part where Sherry was there waiting in the scenario, like the place, can't remember, but you know, in that place where they were eating, he came in later on, and at first I was like, what the hell? Why is he? What's he doing here? But then I was thinking like, okay, maybe because he's the bodyguard of Sherry, that's why they're keeping an eye on her from a distance. Maybe not. Maybe there's some kind of a thing, or maybe like I don't know. Like maybe it's maybe he was actually doing his bodyguard duties. But then why does New have this grudge against him? Wait, yeah, like I'm guessing it's probably has something to do with her past. Must be. Anyways, so after that we see New kind of giving a little signal, and you know, like everyone's just there in the auditorium or whatever. Sid is waiting, and Sherry is doing her research, and that's where it ends. So there you go. Like next episode will probably be the rescue operation or something like that. Let's see. Let's see what else crazy stuff happens, because yeah, Sid is here. I'm pretty sure I'm definitely sure he's going to come in his shadow form here, and he's definitely going to be like, oh, we are the original Shadow Garden. Like he needs to like you know, like make his like you know, take out this misconception that, oh, Shadow Gardens are bad people, because these people are tarnishing their reputation. He needs to stand up for that. So I feel like obviously everyone in the Shadow Gardens are going to come here and they're going to rescue them. So that is probably going to make everyone understand that, oh, this is the original Shadow Garden. Those guys are fake, something like that, and their names will be cleared off. Let's see, and yeah. So there you go. That is it. That's my reaction to episode number episode number 8 of the Eminence in Shadow. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. That's it, guys. So thank you for watching. I will see you guys next week with another episode of the Eminence in Shadow. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.